Addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller, same as like 8085 and 8086 microprocessor, what we discussed in first unit. Addressing modes of microprocessor, same here also we are having addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller. So before going to see the different addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller, see the definition of addressing modes. As we know, the addressing mode gives the how data is accessed by the instruction or processor which stored in registers or memory while executing of the instruction by the processor. When a program is executing by the processor, program is nothing but instruction. Every instruction must and should be specified with some data. Where the data presented, the data may be in the registers or in the memory. So while executing of that particular instruction, data should be loaded by the processor. This addressing modes tells to the how the data is accessed by the processor, what we specified in the instruction. There are different addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller are immediate addressing mode, register direct addressing mode, memory direct addressing mode, memory indirect addressing mode, indexed addressing mode. Now check the first one, immediate addressing mode. The name itself, immediate. This kind of instruction, the data directly specified in the instruction. Now observe the following instruction, add a comma slash 80h is given. If it is an immediate addressing mode, the data directly specified in the instruction. Now here 80 will be treated as an directly data. A is nothing but register. By default A will be treated as an accumulator register. This operation addition specifies. This specifies the addition operation. The result of this instruction is accumulator stores the result of accumulator plus 80. Like that, immediate addressing mode is executed by the 8051 microcontroller. Same register direct addressing. In register direct addressing, now see here one example, add a comma R0. A is the accumulator register again, R0 is the register. The meaning of this one is R0 is the register. What is the data presented in R0 register? That data is going to be added with the accumulator register. Nothing but A takes to A plus data presented in the R0 register. That's called direct addressing mode. Next, memory direct addressing. If you observe in memory direct addressing, directly in the instruction specified some value or some data. Now in this example they given add a comma 74h. Now 74h will be treated as a memory address directly. Nothing but after executing this instruction, what is the data presented in memory address 74. In that 74 location, what data presented, that data is going to be added with the accumulator register A. Nothing but accumulator stores the result of accumulator plus location 74 data. Like that, this memory direct addressing is executed by the 8051 microcontroller. Next, memory indirect addressing mode. Here, observe the instruction add a comma @R0. The meaning of @ is indirect register. Now, what we discussed in the register direct, what is the data presented in the R0 register, that will be treated as a data that is going to be added with the accumulator here. But now in memory indirect addressing, what is the data presented in the R0 register, that will be treated as a address, not the data. In that address location, what data presented, that will be added with the accumulator register A. Have you got my point, ma? Now in R0 register, some data may be presented. For example, in R0 register contain 100. Now 100 will be treated as a address. In that address location, what data presented, for example, in 100 location, some 200 data is there. That 200 is going to be added with the accumulator register A. Like that, memory indirect addressing mode is executed by the 8051 microcontroller. Simple difference is direct, indirect. In direct addressing mode, directly what data presented in the registers, that will be treated as a data. In indirect addressing modes, in registers, what data presented, that will be treated as an addresses, not the data. You just remember, we already verified in the previous addressing modes of the processors. Next, index addressing mode. Simple addressing mode, index addressing mode. Now here given move accumulator register comma @ accumulator plus dptr. Here dptr will be treated as a base register. Same like in previous, bx register used to store there. Bx register. In the place of bx register, they are using dptr. dptr is the data pointer register. In index addressing mode, observe in index addressing the dptr stores the base register information like a bx in 8086 addressing mode, 8085 addressing modes. Like that, dptr stores the base address, and here this one A is there. This is nothing but offset address of the accumulator. So offset plus base register, both contents are added. That content will be treated as an address. In that address location, what data is presented, that are going to be added with the accumulator. So move C instruction is nothing but this is a move contents of memory. That is the meaning of this one, move C instruction. It is there in 8051 microcontroller. So here base address dptr and the offset address, both are added. After adding, some content will comes. That content will be treated as an address. In that address location, what data is presented, that is going to be added with the accumulator register. That is the meaning of this instruction ma, movc a comma at the rate of a plus dptr, or simply it will be treated as movc a comma bx plus offset. That's it. But here bx stored in the dptr register, offset stored in the accumulator register. Now here at the rate symbol is given to attach it with the accumulator identified as an offset. Like that, addressing modes are presented in the 8051 microcontroller. Next concept, instruction set of 8051 microcontroller. Same as 8086, same as 8085 microprocessor having instruction sets. 8051 microcontroller also having instruction set related to its own instructions. Then what do you mean by instruction set? So in the name itself, it will tells the total number of instructions supported by 8051 microcontroller. Depends on the operation performed by the microprocessor, the instructions are classified into data transfer instruction, arithmetic instructions, logical instructions, branching instructions, bit manipulation instruction, and assembler directives. Assembler directives are not the instructions, as we already know in the previous classes. We will see that also. Next, first one, data transfer instructions. In the name itself, data transfer. The meaning of data transfer is the data is moved or simply transferred from one location to the another location. The locations may be registers or memory to register, or memory to memory, like that. One location to the another location, simply data is transmitted. That's why these instructions are known as data transfer instructions. Now observe the following instructions given under data transfer instructions. Move a comma source. Normally here a will be treated as a destination register, this will be treated as a source register. The meaning of this one is the source register contents are moving to the accumulator a register. Next, move destination comma a. The contents of a are moving to the destination register, and right side given, observe addressing mode, what the instruction will supports. This instruction may supports the all. So like that, what addressing modes they are supporting, given like that. Next, observe move destination comma source. This may be registers, or this may be register memory, or this may be memory to register. Next, move dptr comma slash data 6. Slash indicate here immediate data. What is the data? That 16-bit data directly transferred to the dptr data pointer register. Next, push source register, nothing but storing source register data into the stack, automatically incrementing of the stack pointer register. We already know the stack pointer used for increment or decrement for pushing and popping operations of the stack. Next, pop destination register, same decrementing the stack pointer register. Next, XCH a comma byte. We already know XCH is nothing but exchange. The byte is exchanged with the a register. Next, XCH a comma register address. So if you use like this, the data presented in lower nibble of the register that is exchanged with the accumulator. By default, A is nothing but accumulator register. The XCHD is used to exchange only the lower order nibble. Nibble means 4 bits. The lower order nibble between the accumulator and the indirectly addressed internal RAM's data. That is the meaning of XCHD. Lower order nibbles data is going to be exchanged with the RAM's data. Move X A comma at the rate of Ri. The meaning of move X is the transferring RAM location address data to the accumulator. Move X is used transferring of RAM location address, internal RAM or external RAM. So here external RAM location address identified by the or some register, that address location data is going to be moved to the accumulator register. Next, move X at the rate of Ri comma A. I said already move X is nothing but used for transferring RAM location data. So here accumulator data is moved into the address Ri pointed in RAM location. That is the meaning of this one. Next, move X A comma at the rate of data pointer. What is the data pointer pointed the location? That location, this is an address at the rate of DPTR, nothing but DPTR stores the data, but at the rate specifies the address. Now in that address location, what data is presented, that is going to be moved to the A accumulator register. Same here, accumulator in this move X at the rate of DPTR comma A, accumulator data is going to be moved to the address pointed by the data pointer register. Next, move C A comma at the rate of plus C. Here the read program memory at address accumulator and add with the program counter address, that are these two will be pointed the address. In that address location, what data presented, that contents are copied to the accumulator register. So here the meaning why they are given read means, so here at the rate A plus PC, what is the data presented in that location is going to be readed by the accumulator register. That's why they are given read. Next, same read data where pointed the at the rate of A plus DPTR. These two will form the address. In that address location, what data is presented, that is going to be moved or copied into accumulator register. Once again I am repeating, mainly move X instruction presented that will use RAM locations. Move C presented that are use the contents of the data or register what you specified in the instruction. Then XCHG, XCH, these all are exchange instruction. These, if you observe in the all instructions what we discussed in this slide, only data is transferring from one location to the another location only. There is no any calculations involved. That's why these are known as data transfer instructions. Arithmetic instructions. As we know, arithmetic operators used to perform kind of arithmetic operations. The instructions involved in arithmetic operations are mainly addition, subtraction multiplication, division, increment and decrement. Now check the instruction formats. Addition is declared as add a comma byte. Here accumulator stores the result, the value of the accumulator plus the data given in the byte in instruction what you are given. Same addition with carry. Accumulator stores the result of accumulator added with the carry plus byte what you are given in the instruction. Here byte is the data what you are given in the instruction. If any carry generated, that carry is also added, that this instruction will decide addition with carry. Next, subtraction with borrow or subtraction with carry, SUBV. Same, accumulator is store the result of accumulator subtracted with the data given in the byte and carry given in the instruction. Next, increment of accumulator, INCA. Your accumulator value is incremented and result is stored in accumulator only. Next, decrement of accumulator. Accumulator value decremented, the result also stored in accumulator. Incrementing of byte. Directly you can increment the byte data given in the instruction. Decrementing of byte, same directly the byte given in the instruction is going to be decremented. Result is also stored in the data what you are given in the instruction. Next, mul a comma b, nothing but multiplication. The result of multiplication performed and result is stored in the A register. Here A is the destination. Next, division operation, same like multiplication, division also. The result is stored in A register here. If you treat this as a destination A, result is stored in A. If you treat B as a destination, result is stored in B. Next, DA, nothing but decimal adjustment after performing of addition in accumulator. As we viewed with the examples how DA instruction is operated. Here the data converted in binary to BCD format and the result evaluated in the BCD format, and finally adjustment also have been done in the BCD format. That is a DA instruction, decimal adjustment after addition in the accumulator. First operation performed on the binary data. That binary in the sense it is converted into BCD. Now operations executed in BCD, result is stored in accumulator. After storing result in accumulator, the data in BCD it is corrected. That is a DA instruction, decimal adjustment of an accumulator after addition. Like that, arithmetic instructions are executed in 8051 microcontroller. Next logical instruction. The mainly logical instructions are AND, OR, XOR. Now same like previous processor instructions, 8051 controller instruction also. ANL, A comma byte, nothing but ANDing logical operation. The operation executed as like accumulator stores result and operation performed and logical AND A with the byte what you are given in the instruction. Here byte is the data given in the instruction itself. Same AND operation, logical operation, byte or on accumulator result. So in the previous instruction accumulator is given as a destination, here accumulator given as a source. You can use like this also. Same, you can perform directly AND operation, byte, directly you can specify the data in the instruction. Now slash data indicate directly data is specified in the instruction. Now byte stores the result, perform byte and with the data what you specified in the instruction. Same OR logical operation, OR A with the byte. Result is stored in the accumulator. Accumulator stores the result of A register, nothing but accumulator. Perform OR operation with the byte what you specified in the instruction. Same OR operation with the byte accumulator. Here the result is stored in byte. OR operation byte with the data. Result is stored in byte. XOR operation accumulator logical XOR, that is the instruction XRL. A comma byte, nothing but XOR operation performed with the A register with the byte and result is stored in A register. Same XOR byte comma A, result is stored in byte. XOR operation byte comma data, result is stored in byte here. So these are logical instructions executed in the 8051 microcontroller. And the more logical instructions, clear of accumulator. So when some result is in accumulator, if you use CLR instruction, that is resetted with the 00, accumulator only. The result is cleared in the accumulator. Next CPL is a complement accumulator, what it is having, that is going to be complemented. See, not A is having some 1, not A 0. It's like a complement of accumulator. Next rotate left operation RLA. These all are accumulator operations. Observe every instruction. Rotate accumulator left 1 bit. I already explained with registers and position of the bits while executing of this. So please refer once again them. Next rotate left with a carry bit if you performing any carry in your instruction. Next rotate right of accumulator 1 bit right. Rotate right carry bit with 1 bit right. These two left rotate operations, these two right rotate operations. See, once again check the examples which I was given in the first or second unit same as it is. I was given there instruction and bit by bit positions, how they are going to be changed. So please verify them. Next branching instructions we already know a branching means the execution control takes from one statement to the another statement or one location to the another location. The program execution has been changed from one place or one location to the another location. It's called branching. The branching may be unconditional branching or conditional branching. How we performed if else and switch, that are examples for conditional branching. Go to and break, continue, these are unconditional branching which we used in the high level programming languages. Same like if you want to use 8051 assembly programming, yes, conditional and unconditional branching given Now see, jump, mainly jump and call instructions are used as conditional branching and unconditional branching statements. Now check that in first unconditional branching instructions. SJMP, your address directly given. The meaning of this one is simple jump operation. Once you jump, the program counter is added with the 8-bit address, that address given in your instruction. Jump, simple jump. This simple jump also known as shorter jump. Now see that simple jump or shorter jump. Now SJMP, your relative address, shorter jump with the address what you specified, 8-bit address in the instruction. Based on that your PC is going to be added. Next AJMP, 11-bit address given nothing but AJMP is called absolute jump, shorter jump, absolute jump. Directly what the address you specified there is going to be jumped. That's called absolute. Here shorter means program counter some adding with the relative address what you are given in the instruction. Absolute means directly what you specified in the instruction, that address. Directly jump to PC particular address what you specified there. Next, long jump LJMP address what is specified in the instruction itself, it will jump to that particular address. Next, JMP is a jump instruction at the rate of DPTR, as we viewed in the previous slide. Data point register as well use as a base register, and this is an offset, both will come some address. Now jump particular address. Now directly observe here, it is jumping to a value added with the DPTR. Actually this is a base register and this is offset. Base register stored in DPTR and offset value stored in A register. Jump both will formed as a address. Now jump directly to that address. Now a call indicating absolute call. When controller want to return back, we should use call instruction. Absolute call, if you use absolute call, directly address what you specified, it will comes there. We will call it as a subroutine. Next, long call LCAL, directly address. Now return from the subroutine and return from the interrupt. RET indicating return from the subroutine. Subroutine is nothing but some function. RETI is nothing but return from the interrupt. Next, NOP is nothing but no operation. If you observe these all instructions data, is there any condition you used No condition. That's why these all belongs to the unconditional branching instructions. In the instruction directly address we are going to be specified. After executing this instruction, processor directly jumps or calls that instructions what you specified in the instruction. That's called unconditional branching instructions. Now see quite opposite conditional branching instruction. Nothing but you are going to be execute internally some conditions. That's why conditional jump instruction. Now see CJNE is a jump instruction with the condition if you use CJNEA byte comma relative. Now how it will execute, observe, jump only if A is not equals to the byte, the accumulator value is not equals to the byte, then only it will perform jump operation. Same like jump if not equal. The meaning of CJNE is jump if not equal. Same here, byte data. Jump when it should be jump if byte not equals to the address slash data, not address slash data. So slash data means directly is a value data. Next, decrement byte jump DJNZ. When this will jump means decrement byte and jump if not 0. If not 0 only this instruction will jumps. That is a condition This is a condition, decrement byte and jump if not 0. Next, JZREL. Now when it should be jump if accumulator 0 only. JNZREL. When it will jump if A not equal to 0 only, it will jump. If you observe all instruction, these are conditions you are specifying. CJNE, CJNE and DJNZ, ZZ, JNZ. Now check the bit manipulations. Same what we have in bitwise operators. Here also bitwise instructions are there. Same like logical few are given here. Now see bit manipulation. ANL C comma bit indicating AND operation. ANL is nothing but AND operation performed. C register with the bit what you specified there in the instruction. Same AND operation C and perform a NOT bit. If bit is presented, bit is not presented. Yes, there is an instruction in the 8051. If you specified the bit, if not specified the bit, also execute the AND operation. Now OR operation with the bit presented, OR operation with the NOT bit presented. Here simply move your bit to C register. Next move bit to C register. Same here bit is moving to C, here C is moving to bit. Next clear C register, clear bit what you specified there. See, bit indicating you can control a particular register bit position also. For example, if it is an 8-bit register, if you specified 0 bit, yes, first bit, second bit, third bit, like that, you can control any single bit of that particular register. Next set B, C. Here the C register bit is set equals to 1. Set B bit is going to be set 1. Next complement C, nothing but C register complemented. CPL bit is complemented. JC jump if C equals to 1. See, jump only if C equals to 1. Jump if C equal to 0. J and C is nothing but jump if not. Here not means they are given 0 here. Jump means here C1, not jump means C is 0. Next JB bit comma real. Jump consider on the bit equals to 1. Jump consider bit equal to 0. And jump if bit equals to 1 and clear the bit. Two conditions are executed at the same time using JBC bit comma REL instruction. Not single condition first condition, first it verify bit equals to 1 or not, then clear that bit. Clear that bit is nothing but see CLR bit. Now bit is set to 0. Clear bit. Two operations are executed with a single instruction. Like that, bit manipulation instructions are executed. Similar directives. Actually, these are not the instructions, but if you want to write a complete ALP program, these assembler directives will help to the assembler. These are not the instructions. Once again repeating, this will help to the assembler for smooth running and executing of your assembly programming. ORG is nothing but originate. You can define your originate before start executing of before start writing of your program. By default, your assembler will start some address while writing of your program. If you want to give your own originate address, yes, ORG is going to be used. It defines the starting address for the program. Next EQU, it is a equates. If you want to assign some values to the symbols, this EQU or equalizer, a numeric value, if you want to assign a symbol, for example A equals to 10, B equals to 20, like that, to the symbols, numeric values if you want to assign, EQU directive will be used. Next DB, you already known it, define byte. If you want to define a byte, DB directive use. If you want to increase the data size, DW, define a word. A word, you can use a 16-bit number. Once you declare DW, a 16-bit data is going to be allocated for that. Next DBIT, yes, there is a bit allocation is there, that is a DBIT. Define a bit. It defines a bit constant which is stored in the bit addressable section of the memory. Same like db, dw. So db byte, dw word. But if you want to specify a bit, dbit. Next, finally, end is nothing but it's the last statement for the source file what you are writing in the program. End is also a directive used to ending of your program.